guys, so today I am going to make a little bit more serious video, and I wanted to talk about how to not get scammed if you rent an apartment in Estonia. And recently I've heard some horrible stories how foreigners in Estonia, just like in every other country, are getting scammed because they are not aware of the laws here. So today I wanted to share my advice to you guys, what you should know before you rent an apartment in Estonia, and what you should not do, and where to even find proper apartments. And if you happen to be a foreigner, then what you should mention when you are scared that they don't want to rent to you because you are a foreigner. Foreigners in general have bad reputation because there have been quite many scammers who ruin the entire apartment, and they leave the country, and later on the owner does not have a possibility to get all the ruined property fixed. So that's why a lot of foreigners get this kind of behavior, that they are not wanted whatever place they want to rent. Anyways, the number one rule, what basically applies to every country, it doesn't matter, is the fact that do not pay anything with cash. Money transfer is an amazing way how to spot scammers, and a lot of scammers want to do the deal with cash. Do not use cash. I know in some poorer countries cash is something what people want to use, but if you do not know the person, who is not the friends of the friend and so on, then definitely do not do any kind of renting with cash. I do not care what they tell you, it's all bullshit. Only use money transfer from bank to bank. In Estonia, everything is digitalized, so whoever claims you, oh, that's the way we do here, bullshit, it doesn't. Every normal person who rents an apartment or the house from a stranger, they all literally handle everything digitally. So definitely do not pay cash, because you cannot track that. If you do not make a freaking video of this deal that you actually pay for it, then it's impossible to track. It's impossible to later on say that, but I paid for it. Like, show me the proof. You don't have it. So tip number one, do not pay anything with cash. Everything is only digitalized ways. Only do money transfer. If they claim otherwise, don't rent the place. And if possible, then later on send a tip to the tax office. They definitely have a lot of problems with police or tax office. I would definitely tip them, tell them this person is using illegal ways how to rent an apartment. Number two, read the contract. A lot of contracts for foreigners have been done in English. If they're not, then definitely ask someone to read the contract and tell you if the contract is legal, and if the expenses, whatever you paid and what you will have to pay, is mentioned in a contract. Owner cannot demand you a damn thing if it's not written in a contract. A lot of owners love to put a whole bunch of fines there and whole bunch of things, but if it's not in a contract, you don't have to pay for it, and you should not pay for it. So definitely read the contract, read everything which written there. I know they love to twist words, they love to use those beautiful sentences what you read like 10 times and you're still confused, like what the heck is this sentence supposed to say. Estonians love that. The majority of people you rent from are going to be Estonians. And the third is, do not pay the freaking contract fee. I know it's very, very hard to find an apartment where you don't have to pay for it, but we have a Facebook group where you can rent straight from the owner, which means that you are not going to pay another 100 or 200 or 300 or even more euros for someone for basically doing nothing. Contract fee should be only paid if the place is bigger than 100 square meters. If it's an house, that's where it should be paid, because the person or the company usually, where they hire such service who's going to show you the place, is required to mention everything. And if something is broken and stuff like that, it all has to be mentioned in the contract. My recommendation to you is go to this Facebook group, go find those apartments straight from the owner. If they are scared that you may be another one of those scammers or something, you can mention them your company. You can give them the phone number of your boss just in case if they are that suspicious. Tell them like, hey, I can show you where I work, so you are not so worried that I'm not going to pay to you or whatever. You can definitely tell them like, hey, I am here in good intentions, like I want to live in Estonia and I don't have any intention to rob you or whatever, like this is not my intention, I just want to rent, I want to pay you well, and that's it. Like, Estonians are all about trust, and if we get bad vibes from you, then definitely this relationship is not going to last for a very long time. Estonians are very straightforward people, so if you tell us the way it is, then definitely we have more trust in you. And definitely mention the place where you work. If your job is a little bit vicious, where you are like an entrepreneur or whatever, like this Volt and Bolt courier service loves to do, that you're not actually working for them, you are an entrepreneur who is required to pay their own taxes, they just hire you, but there's a whole bunch of suspicious things going on. So if you want to be Bolt or Volt courier, know that you have to pay your own taxes. They do not take responsibility for anything. If there's something wrong with you legal wise, you are the one who has to take responsibility. They are not going to take any responsibility. Facebook group is the only place where you can go and just check out these apartments. There are some really good apartments. Yesterday I actually checked the group. I think this is the only way how to get really good deals and even make renting contract for many years if you actually decide to live here, like for example 3 years or so. And I think these actual websites are literally scam. Like, no one wants to pay contract fee for 16 square meter apartment. Why? Why? I'm not paying for you not doing your job and just coming here, like, hell no. So basically these are the 3 steps what you should do if you do not want to get scammed or overpay. If you are suspicious that whatever they say is not the way it should be or it's not normality, go to Reddit and definitely ask people like, hey, I am about to rent an apartment, the owner said this, is that okay, and so on. If you think that this apartment is too good to be true, it usually is. Pay more if the contract and everything is correct. Do not pay cash, you get scammed. They can literally throw you out and make up an excuse that you haven't paid to them and so on. So definitely everything has to have a contract. When you move into a new place, make pictures, make videos, do not delete them until you've actually left the apartment. Get as much proof as possible just to protect yourself. That's how the world works. Owners cannot just take away your deposit if they claim that you supposedly, allegedly broken something or whatever. They cannot just claim it. It's illegal. They have to prove that you've actually broken something so they could take your deposit money. I hope this video was helpful. I know a lot of foreigners suffer when they want to rent an apartment here, but I am sure that you will find one, and even if you have to pay a little bit more, at least everything, the whole process is going to be easier, it's legal, there's no scammy ways. The main thing is to not pay cash and read the freaking contract. Thank you for watching and see you next time.